one knock at the door and then we both know how the story ends. You can't win if you white flags out when the war begins. Aiming so high but springing so low, trying to catch fire but feeling so cold. Hold it inside and hope it won't show. I'm saying it's not, but inside I know today's gonna be the day you notice, 'cause I'm tired of explaining what the joke is. This is what you asked for, heavy is the crowd. Fire in the sunrise, ashes raining down. Try to hold it in, but it keeps bleeding out. This is what you asked for, heavy is the crowd.
Guys, back here in another video, and today I'm going to be talking about my decision to leave the IPF. Now, this is coming after a lot of people have seen my recent performances at the BPU competitions and wanting to know why I've made that choice to step away from the IPF. And there's a lot of reasons, and I think that they're quite obvious if you know me as a person. It's going to seem like quite an attack on the IPF, which I'm just going to say all the positive stuff now about the IPF. They offer the event Sheffield, which is very good for the elite. 0.0001% of open age lifters. You know, it's a highly watched event. It's very prestigious to have just lifted there, let alone win the thing. They have a lot more viewers than all other organisations, which is a fact that can't be disputed. You know, that the viewership numbers are high, so if you like that, obviously you'll want to choose that. Their talent pool is largest out of all organisations, meaning that if you want head-to-head competition, that's where you're going to go. But as for positives, that's about it. Really? I can't think of any more. Whereas if we were to look at the negatives, they don't. They have 2 meter wraps instead of 3 meter wraps. They don't allow briefs. They don't have a multiply division. They don't have an unlimited division. You have to weigh in 2 hours earlier instead of 24 hours earlier. Their equipment, for some reason, you know, manufacturers have to pay for their equipment to be approved, rather than any manufacturer just follow a specification. It is literally just a money-grabbing scam. They don't have specialist bars, so no squat bars, no deadlift bars. They don't have a monolift. They use the most stupidest piece of kit in the world. That tin pot rack isn't safe to hold any kind of weight. It's pathetic. It's not safe. It's dangerous. It shouldn't be used. It's not fit for purpose. We could really go on forever. Like the where to start? So if we're going to look at the equipped side of things, you know, obviously the IPF, the walkouts that I have to do out of the tin pot rack, that's what I'm going to call it, because that's what it looks like, is a massive hindrance to equipped lifting. You know, well, it's a hindrance to all lifters having to take steps back with a PB with that much weight. So if you only have to go down and up rather than up, walk it back, then go down and up, that's obviously going to save a hell of a lot of energy, and when you're walking around with that much more weight, it's so much safer. You know, when you're walking around with more weight than your body can handle, you're having to hold it for twice the amount of time that you do in a mono. You know, you can't, you know, it's a lot easier to get your balance in a mono rather than having to tip over and stumble around. It's a lot safer for the spotters and loaders. You have options to have chains on it for safety. You know, if your spotting team's a bit weaker or if you're in a gym. Whereas if you put safety stops on the tin pot rack, 9 times out of 10 the weight hits them, so it becomes less safe. As well, if you end up having to dump the bar because, like, you're training on your own, you're using one of them, if you've done, you've got to like put the bar on the stops. The thing, tips, we've all seen videos of that. It is not a safe piece of equipment. Outside the IPF, you have the freedom to choose which organisation you lift for. Like over here, we can lift for the BP, we can lift for the GPC, we can lift for BPF, we can lift for anyone that we want to, instead of being limited to one organisation. There is a bigger weight class variety. Look, for the women, 84 kilos. Yes, it's a bit of weight. It's not a lot. It's 84 kilos or bust. Whereas, you know, we've got 82 and a half. You've got 90. You've got 100. You've got 110 and then above. Because 110 is a lot of weight. You know, women tend to be a bit shorter than men, so you know, it's a lot of weight for. You know, the average height is 5'3". So you know, if you're looking at average heights, you know, someone that weighs a well put together woman that's about my height shouldn't be in, you know, near the top weight class. You know, a man my size is near the bottom as I should be, around the middle, not near the top. You know, for the men as well, you know, 120 kilos, yes, it's a lot of weight, but if you're a tall man that is well put together, what is it? Are you going to go, you know, you've got the option to go 140 kilos. You've got the option of, like, a lot more closer together weight classes. So, if you're 60 and you're struggling to make that class, 67.5 is a lot closer than, you know, like 66 is to 74. You know, a lot bigger jumps. Again, you know, that 1.5 kilos is a lot extra when you're that size. You know, when you look at that as a percentage, it's a lot. Again, if you're looking 100 to 110, that's 10 kilos. 105 to 120 is 15 kilos. It's a massive percentage of your body weight. You know, so there's a lot more. It can suit yourself rather than having to mould your body around the weight classes, which is a massive. You know, it's good. Yet you can wear nearly any equipment you want. You know, if you like an Anderson powerlifting singlet, you should be allowed to wear that, not stick to what someone's paid to make their kit approved. The WADA banned substances list is really weird. Like, they banned caffeine at one point. It's like, come on. Where do you draw the line? 'Cause I don't think caffeine is where the line should be drawn. You know, it's a bit excessive. Again, where would you draw the line? Are you going to draw the line with creatine? Again, you know, someone takes medication. Oh, but do you need to get hold of a therapeutic use exemption for like a basic medication that isn't crazy? It's not a massive painkiller, or yeah, painkillers. Why are they banned? Why is recreational drugs? Why are they banned? They shouldn't be banned because they're not directly giving you a performance enhancing benefit. You know, why is some certain sleep aid banned that, you know, help people that have sleep insomnia? Why do they have to suffer for a sport? It's not what sports is about, in my opinion. But that's a few reasons why the IPF isn't the best organisation in the world by a long shot. I tend to rank organisations on a out of 10 basis. There isn't an organisation in the world that's perfect. There is no 10 out of 10 organisation at all. None. I don't even think there's a 9 out of 10 organisation. I think there's a lot of 8 out of 10s. But again, for something to be a 10 out of 10, it's got to be perfection. And there's always stuff that people would chop and change from different organisations to create their, what they would find their perfect thing. You know, some things aren't changeable. So if you could combine the large talent pool and Well, that's it. If you could put the large talent pool in some other organisation with maybe the roles that you prefer or the equipment that you prefer, that may be something you like. Or if you don't like a lot of competitors and you like to be able to just singly focus on your goal, you might not want that. You might be. For someone else, they could have their 10 out of 10 federation, and if they've got that, definitely stick with them. Don't try and discomfort yourself for what someone else on the internet believes. I had heard a lot of people dissing the IPF before, which I thought you can't knock anything till you've tried it. I've tried it, so I can knock it now. It's not for me. It may be for someone else, and if that's what you want to do, go for it. I'll give you tips. I'll tell you what to look out for. Again, if we delve into more stuff with the IPF, they take your coach away from you at international levels. Their hotel prices cost double. So if you want to stop in the same hotel room, the same nights, the same everything, but booked outside the IPF, you would literally be half the price. But the IPF charge double again. It's just money grabbing fix. It's not right. They take your coach off you, as I say. They're coaches that have seen you for minutes, not hours, not months, not weeks, not years like your coach happens. They can pick your attempts, which is absolutely outrageous. They've not paid for anything. You've paid for the entire trip. You're not allowed to wear the kit you want to wear. You have to wear the kit they're telling you to. It's not fair. That is not right. I don't live for an organisation that's going to dictate things like that to me. It's not fair. I don't believe anyone else should. But I hope that has now answered many people's questions. I just wanted to make that very clear why I've chose to do that. But yeah, hopefully that everything's set clear now. Everyone knows where I stand, why choices are being made, and I'll leave it there. And until next week, keep lifting that big weight.